What's good, everybody? Yesterday, I posted my Melodious Agents deck profile, and a community member asked me to do a combo tutorial of sorts. Now, I understand that there are choke points to this, and at some points it's easier to play around than others, but for the sake of the combo tutorial, we will just assume that our imaginary opponent does not have responses. We will start out with Melodious combos. Really, all you need here is Ostinato. And what this does is it lets you fuse from deck in this scenario. So we'll do that. We'll go Ostinato. And what I was doing was I was sending 2 copies of Refrain. Refrain will fusion summon this. And then what this does is it lets you special summon a Melodious from deck. Now here, you go Refrain. And then Refrain will trigger. And you get to add Couplet. Now, when Couplet is added from the deck to hand, you can reveal it and then special summon a Melodious from the graveyard. Okay, here we have 3 bodies. Now, here we're gonna go Couplet, and then her scale effect is that when she's scaled, you can add a Melodious spell or trap to hand. We're gonna get Concerto here. Now, this lets us fuse from field and Pendulum Zones, and I believe the hand. So we activate here, and then we fuse Refrain, and we fuse Couplet from the Pendulum Zone, and then we're going to fusion summon another copy of Baka. Now, when these say that when a Melodious monster is fusion summoned, they will scale themselves. This is important. We have a scale 1 over here, a scale 2 here. Okay, and then here, for this example, we're going to overlay. And we're going to make Oddaz Absolute Dragon. Okay, now this won't do anything on its own here. But what we're going to do is take these 2. And we're going to link them. Now, you can use any generic 2 for this, but I've been going IP. This is just better for later plays. We'll go IP here, and then because this left the field and went to the graveyard, we can special summon an Omni. So we got our Vortex Dragon here. On the board, it will compulse. We don't want this under the arrow, though. This will compulse if you're playing second. And otherwise, it's an Omni. Now, what we did when we linked off was we put this back here. And if we want to negate, we have to put a Pendulum monster back into the main. So we have that set up there. That's the first combo. The second one, all we have to do is rewind a little bit. We can go here. We can go here. We were set back to this game state. Now, instead of doing the odd eyes plays, here we can link these for Exceed the Pendulum. Now, what this will do is it'll let you get a Pendulum monster back to your hand from your face-up extra deck. Now, what this lets you do is it lets you special summon a monster from your hand whose levels are between your Pendulum scales. Now, we have a 1 and a 9, and this is 4, so that's awesome. We'll special here, and then we will link these off. And now you have a 2-material Apollousa. So that's pretty good. That's pretty cut and dry, right? Pretty easy. I like this a lot. I feel like this can go in a lot of engines. I think what I'll try it in next is Magispector, because that is also a Pendulum archetype, and I feel like there's a lot more you can do with it, because being real, agents haven't been good for a really long time, and while the support that they got was really cool, it didn't really do a lot to make it competitive. But we'll get into agent stuff now. I think all the agent stuff kind of feeds itself. Let me grab that pile really quick. Set this stuff aside. Okay, so with agents, we're going to need the 3 Shine Balls. You're going to need Destruction Venus, Master Flare, a Search, Sanctuary, and then one of each of these. Okay, so to explain a little bit, if you open this without either of these, this counts as either of these. So you have 3 of this, 3 of this, 3 of this. So you effectively have 9 of these total, 6 each. We'll pretend for the sake of the combo here, we'll do these first. Like I said, this is only here if you don't have one of these, so we can put this aside. This just counts as these, and that's all I wanted to explain. It also lets you set Sanctuary directly from the deck, but whatever. Okay, so for the sake of this combo, we're going to start with these two in hand, and we're going to go Earth. Like I said, we're going to pretend our opponent doesn't have anything. Earth will add the Venus. So what you want to do here is you want to activate the Neptune to special the Venus from your hand. And we all know what OG Venus does. We're going to pay 15 here, and we're going to get out all the shine balls. Now what we do here is we got to start doing a little link climbing. Now what I like to do here, and this is probably proper sequencing with at least the agent cards by themselves, is we're going to link off 2 shine balls, and we're going to go Agent Moon. And then what Moon will do is Moon will dump Majesty Hyperion. This is cool. The next step, you're going to banish Pluto, Neptune, and you're going to special summon this. Now, because this was banished, you get to add the Sanctuary to your hand. That's awesome. Okay. Then we're gonna go ahead and activate it, and then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna synchro these. Now, depending on game state, you can go Vorp Gate here, go right to the battle phase, banish a board, or banish your opponent's front row, and then whatever. But in this combo, we're gonna go Master Flare. Now, what Master Flare does is I'm not gonna talk about the second effect because it didn't come up for me. But the most important one is you can dump an agent from the deck, and it takes on that monster's effect. So here we're going to do that with Dark Venus. Okay. Now keep in mind here that we did all this off of 2 cards, 3 cards. So you're gonna have 2 to play with or discard. So for the sake of this, I'm gonna do this. We can link here. Can link these off. We could have made an Appaloosa there, but that is neither here nor there. Now what I like to do here is go Parshath, and I'll read it to you. You can discard 1 card, add Sanctuary in the Sky, or a card that specifically lists the Sanctuary in the Sky in its text from your deck to your hand, or if it's on the field, you can add a fairy monster instead. So that's really good. That's a generic fairy search if you can climb into 3s. This needs 2 plus fairy monsters. If another face-up fairy monster you control is sent to the graveyard, except during the damage step, you can banish 1 fairy monster from your graveyard. Special summon 1 fairy monster from your hand whose level is higher than that banished monster's. You can only use each of these a turn. Now, ideally, here you could grab Christia because Sanctuary is on the board, but I don't have that in here. But in any sense, we're going to add a fairy, and I don't really know that it matters. I guess we could grab an Orange Light as a hand trap. Christia, like I said, would be nice, but I don't play it because it's a brick. Okay, and then we go from here. Now these can turn into an Appaloosa, which would probably be really smart. So we can link these here. And then once again, we have a 2-mat Appaloosa, so that's pretty good. And then what the Hyperion can do from here is we can get all of our shine balls back. And then that's the bare bones of the agent engine. You can do a lot from here, like your extra deck, other than the Melodious stuff, is it's very, like, you've got options. So for example, this takes non-link monsters, so you can go here, and these would go back to the bottom of the deck. So we're going to just set this over here. We can make SP here. Now, with this, our unicorn is just very live, right? Our unicorn is live because we have 2 discards, and then this is live, and then we have Appaloosa. So they're playing through 4 interruptions here, plus whatever you may have in your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the Hyperion's other effect banishes from the graveyard or face up on the field or something. So let me read this really quick. When your opponent activates a card or effect, quick effect, You can banish a fairy from your hand or graveyard and target one card on the field and banish it. Yeah, okay, that's pretty good. I never used it, but now that I'm rereading it, okay. So they're playing through 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, and then maybe 6 interruptions. And that's the basics of it. You can start looping your shine balls and stuff. It's pretty good. But that's really all it is. Venus is one of the best link engines in the game, but you have to play the shine balls to use it, and that makes it a little bit bricky, or rather it can be a little bit bricky. But that's the combo. Now, in the rest of my extra deck, like I said, I have this flex spot for Vorp Gate, and then this needs 2 effect monsters, so this could probably become a Link Spider. You could link this off, and then you would have this, and then on your opponent's turn, you definitely have the SP play. So these are good stuff, and then Typhon is just a really good card in general. But anyway, those are the basic combos, and I'm so glad that you guys request things like this. And if you want to know anything else, just say the word. I'm very open to spreading the knowledge that I have, and then if I can be educated too, that's so cool. But anyway, I appreciate you watching, and just want to do a quick reminder that myself and Chaotic Neutral YGO are doing a joint giveaway. Both of us finally met our thresholds of 50 and 100 subscribers respectively, so he and I are figuring out what to give away. And once we do that, we'll do an announcement video on both channels, and keep an eye out for that. And then I'll probably do another one at 200, but we'll see. Anyway, I appreciate you watching. I'll meet you in the next one. Don't be late.